free till we're all free. One of my rules is you can't rely on how you feel about a song right when you finish it, because part of what you're feeling is the joy of having completed it. And so I finished the song and I'm just happy that I feel like I've put all the puzzle pieces together. Everything fits. It feels right in this moment. And I'm happy that I've completed this project today. But you can't mistake that happiness for, oh, the song is amazing. You need to give it some time, maybe play it for some other people, but also just wait a week, listen to it again, and you might have some notes for yourself on the song once you've had a little distance from it. So I think no one should base their final opinion on a song on their reaction in that moment when they've just finished writing it. Most of my songs, I will write the bulk of it, often the entirety of it, in one session. So 3-4 hours, I sit there, get from mumble track to finished song in 3 or 4 hours. But that does not mean the song is done. Sometimes you'll listen to it, you'll think about it some more, and you'll be like, I want to revise this lyric. I want to edit this. I want to say this in a way that works better. Sometimes I'll play it for someone and they'll say, it sounds like you're saying blah, blah, blah. And once I hear that, I can't unhear it. There was one where I wrote a lyric. It sounded like something more vulgar than what I was trying to say. And I couldn't unhear that misinterpretation of what I was saying. So I had to change it just because I didn't want it to sound like the wrong thing. So occasionally I'll write a lyric and think, oh, I need to change this, I need to change that. I changed some of the lyric on All of Me. I changed some of the lyric on Free. I changed some of the lyric on plenty of songs that have been some of my bigger songs over the years. And that happens usually within the next 2 or 3 weeks. I live with the song a bit. I listen to the demo and I'm like, this feels a little uneasy. And a lot of my editing process is about getting to the point where nothing feels uneasy anymore. So I'm like, I keep listening to it and I feel like the circle is not complete. What feels like it's leaving me hanging here? What feels awkward? What feels weird? What makes me feel like everything's not, it's like feng shui for a song. So it's like when you're thinking about the room and you're thinking about the colors and the balance and the different parts of the room that make it feel like it's completely feng shui, like everything's in the right place and at the right balance. You want the song to feel like that too. And until it feels like that, you're not done editing. And as long as you're feeling uneasy and you feel off about it, then you try to find ways to resolve that tension and get it to actually gel and come together. And when that feng shui is achieved, all the balance is achieved in the song, then you know, okay, we've got it right. And sometimes that might not happen until the mix. So maybe all the arrangements are in place, all the notes are there, all the instruments are playing what they're supposed to play, but you need an expert mixer to come in, play with the knobs, play with the reverb, the delay, the everything, get all the levels right, and then everything sounds like it's in balance. So when I think about playing my songs for other people and then getting feedback and thinking about revisions based on that feedback, I have, a circle of people I trust. A lot of times they're producers. So I've had people like Ryan Tedder or Raphael Sadiq or Kanye around as executive producers who help me kind of edit. These are people who have been in my life who I think are really great musicians, who have a great ear and can, just be like, I don't know about that, John. Why don't you say it a different way? So I have people in my life like that. Also my team, my manager, my, all the people around me that kind of help me creatively, my A&R at the record label. And then, of course, just friends and family. So you might play it for your wife or even your kids and just people in your life who aren't professionals at this, but just They're representing the ordinary fan out there that may be listening to something, and you hear what their thoughts are too. And so when I'm in a demo process, people in my life will hear the music and they'll give me feedback. And sometimes I agree with it. Sometimes I'm like, no, I know better than you know. But, I think you take all that feedback in and it helps you come to a better version of the song. Way down, Moses. Oh, I like that one. Let's use that one. Okay.
Continue.
Yeah.
Here's 7.
And I'm just saying, Lord. Oh, I love that one. Okay. And I'm just saying, Lord. Okay. I'm just saying, Lord. I think 3 was probably my favorite. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Hey, everybody. So now we're going to do a comp vocal. And my co-pilot in this process, I'm really the co-pilot, he's the pilot, is Tim McLean. He's my engineer. We work together on everything. He knows me very well. I know him. I know how to talk to him. He knows how to listen to me and know what I want to do without me even having to say it half the time. And that's what you want from a good engineer. You want them to understand you and to make you not have to think too much, and they can figure it out. Right,
Thanks
Tim?
for having me, Tom.
Of course. So Tim McLean's here. He's going to help us demonstrate how we comp vocals. Here's take 7 of verse 1, the first stanza. Go down, Moses. Vocal comping is the process of making a composite take of all your different takes. That will be the master vocal take that combines all the best moments of the different takes that you've done. So what I tend to do, I'll record maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 takes of a verse. And then I'll record 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 takes of the pre-chorus. And then I'll record 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 takes of the chorus. Let's go to 5.
Here's 5.
Go down, Moses. And we go through each take and see which is the best version of each line. So I'm literally going line by line and saying, what was my best interpretation of that lyric? What was my best execution of that lyric? And I want that to be the take that we use for that portion of the song. I loved all of that except maybe land was a little flat. And what I'm doing on my paper, I make a little makeshift spreadsheet. So I start with 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 since I have 7 takes. And I'll make a little spreadsheet where maybe I'll just check it if the whole take is really good. Or sometimes I'll do, if there are 3 lines, so go down Moses, way down Moses, go down to Egypt land. I'll do 1 and 3 are good because go down Moses and go down to Egypt land were really good. But I didn't love way down Moses. Or I'll just do 1, or I'll just do 3. That I like that third phrase in the section. Okay?
That was 4. This is 3.
Mm-hmm. Go down, Moses, way down, Moses. My key advice with revising and editing is you're not done with the song until it feels great. You want it to feel in balance. You want it to feel like every moment works and is effective. And that is just an iterative process. You have to be open to criticism. You have to be self-critical. Started too early. Listen to it and think, what's off about this? Is there something I need to fix? And then go back in and do the revisions, do the editing, and then it's ready for the world. When you feel like, all the things that needed to be smoothed out are smoothed out, all the things that need to be rougher and edgier are rougher and edgier, all the balance is there between the more sweeping sounds and the more staccato sounds, all those things together are fitting into this beautiful picture, and the song is ready. Go down to Egypt land. Okay, I like the last line of that. So here's the comp take that we chose for this part of the verse. Go down, Moses, way down, Moses, go down to Egypt land. So I think what that was a composite of the first line from 7 and then the next 2 lines from take 3, and that was our master take that I want to be the final version of the song. And then now we're going to go to the free. Okay, let's hear how that sounds. Free Oh yeah, I love that one. Okay. I didn't quite execute that run, and you hear it when I was going down, descending. I didn't execute it well like I did on take 8. So let's hear what take 6 sounds like. Ooh, I love that one too. That's a little bit different melody, but that one works too. I could use that one. So what I've decided is 2, 5, 6, and 8 are my favorites on first listen. Then I'll go back and listen to them again. And all of them are probably keepable, but I'm deciding, which one is more beautiful, which one just feels like it fits everything else, which one feels like it's telling the story in this space of the song in exactly the way it needs to be told. So part of it is some of them may be really well executed, but they're a little too busy. Some of them may be a little pitchy, so I'm not going to use those. These are some of the considerations that I'm making when I'm thinking about the comp. So I'm thinking about, did I time it right? Did I phrase it in the most beautiful way? Did I execute the notes well? And then once I figure that out, I pick what I love. So let's play the comp of the chorus 1 for free. There is a God, and I'm just saying, Lord, rain down freedom, rain down till we're all free. Okay, so that's our comp for the first chorus. And what I feel like we accomplished with that chorus, we sang it melodically true to what I was thinking. The times when I go free, I didn't use all of my sauce on it. I kept it relatively simple so that we left room to do more interesting things in the second chorus or at the end to develop the story a little more. And so these are some of the considerations I make when I'm thinking about what the comp should sound like. Is it the best note, the best moment in that part of the song to express the thought that I want to express in that moment? And so sometimes I won't pick the take that's the most intricate or the most exciting because it's not time for intricate and exciting yet. Let's say that for later. So these are some of the things I think about when I'm comping. And then I'm going to go through every section of the song and do the same thing. Verse 2, pre-chorus 2, chorus 2, the vamp, all of that until we have a final composite lead vocal take. Go down, Moses. Okay, I think I'll use 7, but I want it to land a little earlier. Okay. And then for the second line, my favorites are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Way down, Moses. Okay. Way down, Moses. Oh, I like that one. Let's use that one. Okay. Okay, and then go down to Egypt land. I liked. Now, sometimes takes may be the best take individually within that specific moment, but they might not fit with the other takes that you use in later moments. So you not only have to find the best take in that moment, but also the best take in that moment that will fit with the other best takes in their respective moments. So comping is a process that usually takes us about 30 to 45 minutes after I've recorded a song. And we're just going through line by line, trying to find the best takes and make it sound seamless, like it was all one beautiful, flawless take, which I never do. In this era, there are all sorts of ways to make a song sound different, to elevate it, to complicate it, to make it sound more commercial, to make it sound more interesting. There are all kinds of tricks. Of course, a lot of people use auto-tune now.
Auto-tune is a device that's often used to measure and control the pitch in vocal and instrumental recordings, as well as live performances.
We sometimes use it. I don't use it a lot because it makes my voice sound a little too synthetic for my taste. And I like the timbre of my voice. I like the tone of my voice. And most of the time, I'd rather it sound more raw and more rooted and more soulful. And a lot of times, autotune takes some of that away. But I do think autotune is useful sometimes. And for certain types of songs, I will use autotune because it makes it fit with the beat. It makes it fit with the genre a little bit more. So some songs that are more pop leaning, some songs that are more dance hall or hip hop or reggae leaning. Sometimes autotune actually is just better because it makes it sound more of that genre. It makes it sound more in place with the beats that accompany it. So I will use autotune for that. But old school folks just used things like reverb and delay, and those are just things that kind of create a bit of space around what you're doing. So reverb and delay are simply kind of different versions of kind of echoing your voice. So it sounds like you're singing in the bathroom or it sounds like you're singing in a beautiful hall. And so reverb and delay have been around for years, and those things sweeten your vocal. They make it sound better. They make it sound less naked and raw and more resonant and beautiful. So these are some of the tricks we use with vocals, but then there's all sorts of things you can do around your vocal. So with the instruments, with the beats, with everything that goes around your voice, these are all the colors that your producers, your arrangers are painting with. And sometimes the artists themselves are doing these things, but I tend to use producers and arrangers to help me. They help bring the colors and the different vibes that we need. I'm not a drum programmer. I'm not a drum player. I'm not a guitarist. I want people around me that can do those things and do them well and create the right feeling around the song, so I feel like everything's right, everything's in balance, and all the things that surround the song are supporting the song in a way that makes the song more effective.
So how do you make a good song great? Here's a start. Using the demos you've been recording, revise your songs and experiment with vocal comping. Try adding some of the effects we've mentioned. Autotune, delay, reverb. You can explore countless techniques as you continue to write and record songs. And if you go to your class guide, you'll find more editing resources.